Hey everybody, it's nice to be back. Another week. Celebrated St. Patrick's Day this week. A little Dropkick Murphys playing in the background. Love the Murphys. Great American Irish band. Very angry group, I must tell you. Now, let's start today with a little facts. And this is not new math. This is just regular old math. There are about 340 million people in our country, United States of America, greatest country in the world. 340 million people. The transgender population make up about 1.2%. 340 million, 1.2%, not a large percent. However, this group would like us to start changing the English language. They would like to take the social norms and social typical behavior and have the world cater it towards them. It is ridiculous. Just because you want something doesn't mean it's the right thing. Now, I do believe everybody deserves to live the life they're happy living. You need to be happy in your own skin, no matter what race, color, gender. Doesn't make a difference. You deserve that. But just because it is out of the norm and atypical doesn't mean it is wrong or bad. However, changing the English language is not good. Just because you want some doesn't mean it's good. How about this? Instead of using pronouns for me, just use handsome, angry, intelligent. Forget pronouns. I don't need to be a he. Just call me angry. Just call me handsome. I'm down with that. But this whole thing with they and that, they're horrible pronouns. They and them. I'm sorry. Got to my point already. Why don't we just call people who are confused that? Oh, my gosh, squirrels, look at that. Hey, older squirrel, look at that. Hey, honey, look at that. Hey, Dinger, go look at that. Let's see how they like to be called that. I'm sure it's not pleasant. That may be a little insulting, but enough with the pronouns already. He, she, they, we. You don't get to pick your pronouns. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. My God, what are we coming to? We just had a national championship race for a swimmer, Leah Thomas, who is a transgender swimmer. And she set the record by 5 seconds. But beat the snot out of the girl she played. And she won swimmer the title. You know what? If this was a female on drugs, if this was a female on PEDs, if this was a female blood doping, they'd be disqualified. But the female winner with a penis gets the trophy. Same thing, this Woman of the Year by Time, Richard, whatever, the Department of Health Secretary, the dude's got a penis. He won Women of the Year. And people actually came out and were furious because he won it. They were furious. Why? Because he was white, not because he had a penis. Female of the Year and penis do not go together. Well, maybe sometimes. Not this occasion, though. It's just really, really strange. Then we have Congress voting that they're not going to recognize gender anymore. So is Kamala still the first female president if they're not recognizing gender? Or is she just vice president? Not really sure about that. I'm not really sure how this works anymore. I did see something very interesting on the TV the other night. There was a woman talking, and she goes around and she gives lectures, and she usually starts the lectures by, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So she wanted to know a gender-neutral term when addressing the crowd for the first time, and I got one for you. Hey, numbnuts. Hey, snowflakes. Hey, dumbasses. A bunch of different ones. You don't want to use lady and gentlemen? Try snowflake. That may work out for you. May end very quickly, but it may work out. Anybody think that now when they're posting for jobs and it says exhaustive, inclusive search just means there'll be a black woman? Because it's no longer exhaustive and inclusive. Now it's let's find a minority and a woman if we could. Sooner or later, that 1.2% of the gender fluids are going to have all these positions. Why can't we just judge a person for who they are anymore? Let's get back to that. Just basic humanity. It's insane. I mean, really, does anyone else besides me find it weird that the government wants to let 4-year-olds decide what gender they are? And teachers, you got to stop talking about your sexual preferences with 4-year-olds. That's a whole nother story. But the government, 4-year-olds can decide their own genders But 19 and 20-year-olds were too dumb to understand that they had to repay their college debt and the government should do it all. 4-year-olds decide gender, life-changing. 19, 20-year-olds can't decide what a loan note is. I don't know, once again, a little weird. And then we got Fauci's back. Fauci's back. Black. The new black may be more masks and the fourth shot. He said we're ready for the fourth. He's going to roll back mandates just when he started to go away. He had to come up with something to get back in the news. Somebody's going to replace him eventually. It'll probably be a black woman. I'm just saying. It's insane. Then we have the esteemed governor of New York, Hochul, this lunatic lady. She's putting forth a plan to reduce bail crimes that you don't need a bail to get out. And she said it's to help black and brown folk because the bail system is not fair to black and brown people. I got a better idea. Stop committing crimes. Whoever's committing crimes, black, brown, white, male, female, trans, 4-year-olds, 19-year-olds, stop committing crimes and you don't have to worry about bail. I'll tell you right now, I'm never going to have to worry about bail because I don't plan on committing crimes. Simple as that. But let's make it easier for people to commit crimes and get back on the street like it's not easy enough already. Not easy enough already. Especially in New York, we got this lunatic mayor with this vaccination for private companies. Like they have players on the Mets and the Yankees who are not going to be able to play home games because they're not vaccinated. Yet everybody in the stands doesn't have to be vaccinated. It's outside. And if you're a visiting player, you don't have to be vaccinated. So once again, this virus is genius. Only if you're an employee of the establishment can you give or get the virus. Madness. Then Biden came out on St. Patrick's Day and had a little press conference. You know, he is an Irish dude. I do take credit for him. He is an Irish dude. Not quite as angry as me, although he does yell quite a bit. And he said, quote, "I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid." What exactly are you saying there, Whispering Joe? That all the Irish is stupid, or you're the exception to the stupidity Irish rule? I tell you, maybe you need to be a little angrier. You're not stupid, Joe. You got dementia or Alzheimer's. That's the problem. Somebody needs to see an elder care attorney and get you your freedom because something is going astray. Same dude gets up and he says, we're trying to get an internet bill started where if you post something of someone nude or a pornographic position, that it's a crime, that they could sue you even if you're over the age. And he said, we all have a buddy who's taken an intimate picture of somebody or had an intimate picture taken of them, and it's posted all over the internet. I want to know, Joe, are you talking about Hunter, or you got some friends we don't know about? Because I don't got any friends who've taken intimate pictures and posted them on the internet, or had intimate pictures taken about them. Once again, pure lunacy. Just because your son is a very questionable moral character and really a bit of a degenerate drug addict, don't get the world in on this. It's insane. And then they asked Joe, how come we can't have Medicaid for all? And he whispered, we don't have the money. We just don't have the money. It's easy. But yet he found billions for Ukraine and then another 800 million. So we have money to send over there. Now I understand that what's going on in Ukraine is horrible. I don't want any civilians or anybody killed. But when did Ukraine become the 51st state? I'm just thinking, when did we take them in? When did we become the 51st state? Let's help them, but we got to help our people here, man. I mean, it's crazy. And then we had, there was a study conducted that just one drink a day shrinks your brain and your ability to think. Explains the drunken old hag, Pelosi. Her brain must be the size of a pinhead by now. I can't even imagine. She was talking the other day some more incoherent gibberish about the trap that Putin laid for America, and we will not bite the trap, and we just passed the bill. And the bill she just passed, unbelievably, gave her a $50,000 raise. Really? Not only is she drinking a lot, all of Russian vodka that was dumped out, she had somebody over there with a bucket trying to get it so it wasn't going anywhere. She'll take any Russian vodka, but I already put in for it. I'll even drive to your house or your establishment. She's insane. And then she wanted to make Zelensky. She said Zelensky is the new St. Patrick. Zelensky is the new St. Patrick. This is a guy who they impeached Trump on because when he said there was no quid pro, they said he was a liar. But now everything he said may as well be listed as gospel. Now he's St. Patrick. And these are her words as she was slurring, had soda bread coming out of her mouth, and I'm sure the drink was full of vodka. Or maybe some Irish whiskey. It was St. Patrick's Day. She would know the difference. Her taste buds are rotted a long time ago from alcohol. Then we have Hollywood's woke again. This time it's Netflix. Netflix comes up with a new movie about Vikings. Vikings in Norway. Now, Norway is a country where there aren't much black folk. There really aren't. I have to tell you, a lot of white folk. Vikings, white folk. I never seen any stories or read anything about black Vikings. They may have existed like the Black Irish. I'm down with the Black Irish. Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy, one of the greatest entertainers, Black Irish guy ever. Died too young, I think at 36. So the ruler of the clan, the last pagan leader, was a white dude by the name of Jarl Håkon. Not even, that sounds like a white name Norwegian dude, probably about 6'6", 280. It is a black woman in the show. I mean, what are we doing? Are we going to change history to fit the new woke culture? How about, instead of being woke, let's wake up already? I've been saying it for years. The wokeness is killing us. It's like a poison infiltrating our body and just destroying our culture. Now, there was a Democrat down south, a white woman, who was trying to get the black folk vaccinated because she's still on the vaccination kick. And she said, we need to put vaccination centers at Church's Chicken, KFC, and Popeyes. Not racist much, is it? And then, in Florida, who knows what's going on there, a gentleman by the name of Earl Stevens was arrested for drinking and driving. And his defense was, he only did it at stop signs and stoplights. There you go, Earl. Not sure that went over, but I don't know what's going on in Florida. Then we have, in South Carolina, there was a man, as a lark, he thought it was pretty funny. He's going to identify as a deer. So he painted himself up and he put on some horns and he went out to the woods. You know what happened? He got shot twice by hunters. Thankfully, he made it, but listen, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Probably the second most powerful statement that I can tell you than I love you. Don't be stupid, man. You get shot. Stupid prizes, stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's how it works. Then we have one in Austin, Texas. What community was sending teens to a sex ed camp and paying them $100. You know what? When I was a teen, I would have went for free. You wouldn't have had to pay me. Just send me. Just give me a ride, man. I would have hitched. I would have got a bus. I would have walked to that sex camp. Are you kidding me? $100 for teens to go to sex camp? Probably not a great idea, and it's good somebody scrapped it. It's really insane. And this leads me right into England. What's going on in England? What is going on in England? I just read a recent article that men who have a bromance and close friends like to cuddle and stand around naked together. Who are these men? Not really sure. It's a bit of insanity. I mean, I've never done that with ever my friends, and I love them all. It's crazy. And now, here we go. Angry Mac. How do I explain to my child that some men have vulvas? Well, first, take a biology class. Then learn what a male and female anatomy is. Then ask yourself, do some men have vulvas? How about this? Don't tell your kids some men have vulvas. Tell your kid that some people just want to live the way they want to live and everybody should be happy. Don't perpetuate this ridiculous nonsense. Men do not have vulvas, and women do not have a penis. I hate to tell you. Now listen, tomorrow is my son's last college hockey game ever. And I'm telling you this for a reason, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't take things for granted, and cherish every minute you have. Go find somebody and tell them the most powerful words in the world. I love you. Give them a hug. Thanks for listening. Hope I see you next week. And do me a favor. Can you leave me a thumbs up? Can you like it? Can you leave a comment? And can you share this? I need more followers. Cheers.